How do we adapt and stay true to our mission? As human rights educators, we know that our work is not just about sharing knowledge. It's about building a culture of human rights through experience, dialogue, and action. But what happens when the world around us shifts so rapidly that the tools and spaces we used to rely on are no longer the same? Digitalization is not just changing how we communicate, it's changing how we learn, how we organize, how the power is used, and how rights are respected or violated. That's why the human rights education community must respond to this shift thoughtfully and boldly. We must understand how these changes affect the people we work with, and we must also adapt how we educate while staying true to the ethics and values of human rights. This means making sure that human rights education remains inclusive, empowering, and protective of people's dignity, even in digital spaces. Let's look at the 5 key areas where digitalization meets human rights education. Rights education. At its core, human rights education is about making people aware of their rights. In the digital age, this means teaching about rights that are directly affected by technology, like privacy, freedom of expression, and data protection. Exploring international human rights standards, laws, and complaint mechanisms that relate to digital harms. Helping learners understand how they can claim their rights, protect themselves, and seek justice when violations occur online. Digitalization brings new kinds of rights questions, and learners need updated tools and knowledge to navigate them. Democracy education. Digital tools can be used to build or break democracy. So human rights education must also help people think critically about digital participation, online activism, and e-democracy. Recognize how digital manipulation and surveillance can harm democratic processes. Develop skills to engage in political life responsibly and confidently, online and offline. We need to help learners become active and informed citizens who understand how digital tools influence their rights and responsibilities in a democratic society. Media and internet education. With so much information and misinformation online, media literacy is a human rights issue. Human rights education must now include understanding how media and online platforms shape opinions and political realities. Learning to assess whether information is trustworthy, biased, or harmful. Creating content that respects human rights principles, such as inclusion, non-discrimination, and dignity. This is especially important for youth, who grow up surrounded by digital media and need strong skills to navigate it safely and critically. Cyber hygiene, safety, and security. To fully enjoy our digital rights, we must also understand how to protect them. That's why human rights education must now include digital safety and well-being. Teaching how to manage passwords, protect personal data, and use privacy settings. Understanding digital threats such as cyberbullying, phishing, and identity theft. Promoting behaviors that protect the rights and dignity of oneself and others online. By building both technical skills and self-awareness, we empower rights holders to take control of their digital lives. Digitalization as a tool for human rights education. Digital tools can strengthen human rights education when used with care. That means using online platforms to reach wider audiences and connect across borders. Designing digital activities that are interactive, creative and inclusive. Being mindful of accessibility, digital divides, and ethical use of technology in our teaching. We must ask ourselves, are we using technology just because it is convenient? Or are we using it in ways that align with our values? Digitalisation is not just a trend, it is transformation. As educators, we have the responsibility and opportunity to ensure that this transformation doesn't leave people behind, violate their rights, or silence their voices. Instead, we can use it to empower, protect, and educate with even greater impact. Let's make sure that human rights education continues to be a praxis, a lived, reflective practice rooted in human dignity, even in the most digital corners of the world.